Hey everybody, today on Henry's HowTos, I'm going to show you how to make Chinese barbecue pork, which is also known as Char Siu. Let's get straight into it. So guys, I'll be doing this recipe based on a 500 gram piece of pork tenderloin. So we'll start by adding in 1 tablespoon of brown sugar into a bowl, along with about 2 tablespoons of honey, about 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 1 tablespoon of regular soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sweet soy sauce, about 1 teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice. Now guys, don't get this mixed up with allspice, they're two completely different things. 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Now as for the red color itself, traditionally fermented tofu is used. I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do it with a more modern style. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of red food coloring. If you want to use the fermented tofu, go ahead, that's fine. You can find it in most Chinese supermarkets. Now we're just going to stir this up and get it combined. Now guys, you may ask why I'm not adding salt. Soy sauce itself already has plenty of salt. We don't want to make this too salty. Chinese food is more on the sweet side, and that's why it's one of my favorite cuisines. So now all we need to do is get our pork fillet, add it straight in. And you just want to move it around, and just get that well covered. Just look at that beautiful color. And just flatten it down. Now we're just going to cover this and leave it in the fridge. Now we want to leave this for at least 6 hours. We want all that flavor to go in. Preferably leave it for 24 hours, so if you can't make this ahead of time, do that. So guys, I personally left mine for 24 hours just to make sure all those flavors penetrate our pork tenderloin. So now we're ready to cook this. Now there's several different ways to do this. Traditionally, if you've seen in Chinese restaurants, these are hanging from the window just like the ducks, and they're barbecued over a heat, so they're tied up and hung. Now obviously I can't do that as I don't have a Chinese restaurant, so I'm going to improvise and mimic it the best way I can. So what I'm going to do is place the tenderloin on one of my long metal skewers. Now you can follow my technique if you like. If not, I'll show you another technique. So we just want to run the skewer through the center of our tenderloin. And make sure you get it right through the center and it doesn't come out of anywhere. Right until the end, just like that. Also with your marinade, don't throw it out, we still need that. So basically what I'm going to do now is put this onto my Persian mangal and put some charcoal on the bottom too. Now alternatively, preheat your oven to about 200 degrees Celsius, and you just want to put this onto another rack and put this into the oven and bake it. It should take about 15-20 minutes. It just depends on the size, of course. So guys, if you're following my technique, as you can see, I've put the charcoal on my grill like that, and it's almost turned white, so that's ready to be used. So we'll place our tenderloin right on top. And you don't want to go higher than a medium heat for this. It needs to slowly cook, so all that flavor stays in. Now guys, after about a minute, you just want to turn it, so that side seals. Now guys, with your leftover marinade, get a pastry brush. Just want to soak up the brush and just give the tenderloin a quick baste. That'll keep it nice and juicy. After another minute, we'll flip it again. And we want to continuously flip this, don't leave it on one side, just so it evenly cooks. Now cooking time wise, on a medium heat, you're looking at about 8 to 10 minutes for this to cook. Obviously this is dependent on the heat of your grill, but the best way to tell is just touch your tenderloin. If it's nice and firm, it's ready. If it's still soft and your finger goes in, obviously it's still raw. Now we'll turn it again, and just look at that beautiful color coming on. Now we just want to baste it one more time. And guys, just keep repeating that until it's cooked all the way through. So pretty much just flip it around every minute and a half. If you are baking this in the oven, obviously we can't flip it that many times or the oven heat will go. So you just want to flip it twice. So guys, it's been a total of 9 minutes now. I've just had a feel, as you can see it's nice and firm. And just look at that beautiful glaze. So this is pretty much ready now. Now with the barbecue pork, you only want a slight char like that. Don't make it all turn black. Just needs a slight darkness like that. But it needs to retain that nice glow. So all we need to do now is just set that aside, let it rest for a couple of minutes before we slice it. Alright guys, look at that. So let's serve this. Obviously we'll take it off the skewer first. I highly recommend wearing a rubber glove because since we're cooking with sugar, it's going to be very, very hot. So now as for slicing this, turn my board this way so you guys can see. You basically want to slice it on a diagonal, like that. So you get beautiful pieces like that. You can just slice this way, they'll come out a bit smaller though. When you slice on a diagonal, it's more of a restaurant standard and they come out nice and long. So just like that guys. So just continue cutting it off. And there we have it guys, just look at that, look at how amazing that looks. Didn't even take that much work. As I said, it's very, very simple. It just requires time and patience. And I've just served it up with a quick fried rice which I've made. I hope you like that guys, please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom and I'll see you all next time.